Hi, this is Tom Droege from Stamp Auction Network. This is the first of 10 short videos where I aim to present 10 great tips for bidding and buying at auction. Whether you use these with or without Stamp Auction Network makes no difference. They are worth your consideration on their own merits. However, for each one, I'm going to try to show you how Stamp Auction Network adds value that you need to maximize each tip. First, I want to offer my background so you can understand the insider point of view that I hold and why I'm qualified to offer this advice. We were the first major software company to bring auction companies into the digital age. In 1990, we used database publishing methods to expedite catalog production. Do you remember all those name sales of the 90s, the Honolulu Advertiser, the Zollner sale, the Gross sales? They were all done with our technology. At the same time, we were developing online bidding, online openings, prices realized, and right in step, delivering the first on-live bidding platforms and setting records that still hold today. Since we wrote so many auction management systems for so many clients, they had to be completely transparent with us so that the auction company would execute the bids according to their terms and conditions. So besides the major U.S. auction companies and many Canadian firms, we also helped Harmers of London and Switzerland implement their first computer systems. So that places us in the middle, serving you and the auction companies. Auction companies have to maintain their reputation to stay in business. Even still, we can help you understand the auction process so you can protect yourself. Now, we're not a competitor to the auction firms, except for a few charity auctions that we run. Unlike some other software companies that sell their systems, we do not run auctions, so we have no conflict of interest. We're also advancing and bringing new technologies to bear to benefit the entire philatelic world. These are technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, machine language, machine learning, image recognition, blockchain. These technologies will bring in the next phase of the digital age that started 30 years ago. We fully intend to lead that way now, just like we did then. Many people talk about the need to reach the younger generation. We think the way to do that is through technology and embracing the next step of the digital age. So finally, though I am a collector, I am not a competitor. I mean, I know enough about collecting. I have put together 2 large collections which I've sold. So now I currently only dabble here and there. So you don't have to worry about me using my insider information to help me buy stamps. So I'm not here to talk about my, reason for being an insider. I really want to give you these tips. So let's go and talk about the world of stamp auctions. Hopefully at the end I can talk about some of those new technologies, but let's get going. So 10 tips to get you started participating in auctions. So first one is fear not. Buying and selling at auction is not something to be afraid of. In fact, buying and selling at auction is the best way to save money. Even with the commissions, you are basically buying at wholesale. When you sell, you're selling directly to other collectors and dealers. So whether you're buying single stamps, covers, collections, it is the best way to save, and it's the best way to see what's on the market. So let me give you a little bit more reasons why you should not be afraid. It is the wholesale market, and even the other buyers. So what you need to understand is 80 to 90% of the other collectors like yourself are typically buying at shows or from dealers. Dealers buy their stock at auction and sell it to dealers. At auction, you have the access to the best selection. It's also the best way to sell. I didn't mention this in my video thing, but if you go back and look at prices realized and see all the name sales, you'll see things like the Kelleher San Marino collection or the William Lang stock in private holdings. The fact that someone like Gross or all these other collectors sell their name sales at auction should give you reason to think that that's the best way to sell them. So if major collectors put together $1 million collections to sell at auction, then why not you? You have access to the best selection. There's 400 million a year in the stamp auction worldwide offerings. Probably at least 2/3 of that is bought by dealers and then resold. So if you can be with the 1/3 that's buying at auction with the dealers, you have an advantage. At Stamp Auction Network, you have access to price history, so you can see what the same item sold before. You can buy collections at steep discounts from catalog value. And even the premium record placing stamps. So you may even think like, hey, that stamp is just going for crazy dollars. You know, that stamp may be being bought by a dealer and marked up 25% and sold to a collector. So even the high-priced items that are in the stratosphere are good bargains if you buy them at Stamp Auction Network. Plus, you've got access to bid from home. You can get the stamps delivered to you. You can have them expertized, etc. That's all available to you these days when you buy at auction with the online platforms like Stamp Auction Network. You can get access to them.